Alright, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be doing a little deck profile. So as I was saying, a little deck profile. It's a GREN MAJU stun deck profile inspired by Ishan. He does a lot of GREN MAJU stuff. I got tired playing of Drychons. I didn't want to play Bird Up, and I really just wanted a brain dead deck. But first, quick shout outs to my locals, Black Box Gaming, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dank Deals, and Jeremy Zhu, and Bryson. I test with them all the time and play at locals, and it's fun setting up 5 cards pass. So, to get into it, let's start with the monsters. So, normally in GREN MAJU, you could play like Blind Going Second. I was playing that variant for a while, but just the way the meta was shaping up to be, like I really didn't want to deal with that. So I have 1 Eater of Millions. This is just to help banish, and it's like very situational. Definitely don't need 3. Eater of Millions is good, but only 1 is really necessary. 1 Ecclesia. You could run 2 or 3, but really the Ecclesia is the tech for the Titaniclad that's in the extra deck. Plus, you don't want to be running too many normal summons. So yeah, Ecclesia is 1 normal summon. Your GREN MAJUs will be your other, and then the final normal summon would be your borders. So usually, you normal summon borders at 3, you kind of win the game. Most decks can't do anything. Bird Up is screwed. Even Sword Soul, like it's really good. So this is definitely a going first version. Then you have 3 Gizmek. Free summon, it helps remove monsters. Most people forget that it could do that. Plus it helps banish cards for game with GREN MAJU. And finally is the Lord of Heavenly Prison. Shout out to Jeremy. I've been borrowing his playset for probably 3 weeks now. Because I was too cheap to buy my own, which is ironic because you'll see later in the video. Well, you'll see later why that's ironic. But yeah, huge shout outs to him. Yeah. Great card. You have to be smart when you use it though, because if your opponent's also playing back row heavy deck, you try to use punishment or something like that, and then you just played yourself because you can't pop it off of Entis. But yeah, it's got a whole wall of text. It's very situation dependent, but generally speaking, off of the effect, once it's revealed to summon itself, I will set one of the pots that I need in order to keep drawing for cards and things like that. Very rarely will I do a trap because a lot of times it's dead. Don't ever do any of your continuous spells or traps because they get banished at the end of your turn. Also, you generally want to hold off till the very last card that you flip. Otherwise, once you summon him, the rest of your cards won't get protected. And then they could just Lightning Storm you right there, or Twin Twisters or something like that. Moving on, we have the package for Red Eyes Fusion. I have these beautiful DTs. Have a DDS, wish there was a DDS version, and I would have definitely played it. I know, because I was too cheap to buy Lord of Heavenly Prisons. Currently run 3 Red Eyes with that. I don't know if that's the correct ratio. It has been working out for me. Occasionally, off the draw cards, you banish these, but it's not too often. The biggest struggle really when playing is knowing when to activate Red Eyes Fusion or just normal summoning border. It's one of those things where you have to sort of know your matchup, and it's based off your hand. Cards that your draw cards are your 3 dualities. It's great, says you can't special summon afterwards, but you're not really special summoning in this deck anyway. Your 3 desires, love and hate this card, banished. So many things that I need. Last weekend actually was the worst. Activate it, banish all 3 Red Eyes Fusions, and then draw into both Red Eyes and Dark Magician. So, and then finally is the Pot of Extravagance. So these all need to be upgraded. I opted for the cheapest rarity, but yeah, they definitely need to be upgraded to the secrets, honestly. Secret is such a beautiful rarity. I don't know why I haven't upgraded it. Moving to the traps. So this was the highest rarity for me for a while, and then I realized that it doesn't match with the rest. So 3 judgments, they're going to be traded off. Well, I have the alties coming in. 3 strikes. Oops. 3 solemn strikes. I believe they're German. Yeah, alti German strikes. And then finally are 3 solemn warnings. Those cards, once this is alti, it'll be all max rarity. I know this one isn't first ed, but these come in tournament OP or what is it, OTS pack, and then this is also an OTS pack. So I felt like it matched just all altis, no first ed stamp. So yeah. I actually don't play too many floodgates. The big ones that you play are Macro and Imperial Order. Macro basically says most decks can't play because, you know, Sword Soul really reliant on your graveyard. So is Bird Up. And then Imperial Order is really good. I flipped it against the striker player and he just scooped. So that's great. And then I played 2, there can only be 1. Pops up a lot more frequently. Definitely don't want to have 3 of because I don't want to always see it. I do want to see it, but I don't want to like draw into extras. 2 seems to be a good ratio. Stops most meta decks. And then 3 punishments. That's why you run the Ecclesia, kind of, sort of. But punishment's just a good card. And then 3 crackdowns. Crackdowns are super good. I have been considering like compulsory evac or like Ice Dragon's Prison. But this is what seems to work out really good. Hits all the decks. And yeah. Moving on to the extra deck. So your extra deck really does not matter too much. So like obviously if you take out, right now I want to say I'm at like an abomination of 48 cards. Be like 43 if I took out the package. So you could do like DPE, Red Dragoon, or like Rainbow Neos, but yeah, that's what I went with. So 1 Cerberus, and then the 2 Phoenix. Very situational. Has only come up maybe once or twice out of like 30 or 40 games or matches. But yeah, it does come up. And when it does come up, you're like, I'm glad. 2 Anacondas in case you banish it off of Extrav. 2 Wen Pegasus at Ignister. If you don't know what this card does, it basically says if one of your cards gets destroyed, you can target a card and shuffle it back. So that's really nice. 1 5-headed dragon in case they have some really big beat stick. 2 Titanic Clads. Really great. That's why you play the Ecclesia. You send this, and then end phase, you're able to special the Ecclesia, then you get the Ecclesia effect, and then you have a punishment. 3 Entis. That goes without saying. Destroy 1 and then destroy another card. And then 2 gorgeous Starlight Dragoons. So I had some store credits. So I was like, you know what? Let me buy some of the new set. Opened it. Second pack in. And then this one I traded a Ulti First Ed Stardust, very light played, for with my good buddy Colin. So yeah, super cool. Extra deck, other options that you can play. There's like the Fossil Warrior that also says you can destroy a card. I'm trying to think. You could add Stardust in here if you're playing Starlight Road. That's not a bad option. But with DPE, like Starlight Road didn't seem very effective. So for the side deck, you have 1 Pinkertoss for going second. Super good against basically all the decks. Really no reason not to play it. Lancia, super good against PK, Sword Soul, and Bird Up. Really stops their turn for that turn. Nibiru, also like any combo heavy deck. Really the same 3 that you mentioned. Anytime you go second, you're kind of screwed. Game 1, but at least like game 3, if you go second, or game 2, you're going second, you want to be able to see these cards. Back row hate, you have the 1 Harpies and the 3 Twins. I don't have Lightning Storms yet. They're in the mail. That's why I'm opting to play this. But this is also just, it hits a lot more. and then 2 evenly matched. This was really good against any combo deck, or if I played against another trap deck like Eldritch, and then Imperm. So Imperm was super beneficial in any other combo deck. It sort of like hits a piece, and like even going first, you could switch this in and take out some of your other stuff that just isn't effective. Like if Tickaboo isn't effective, you could just throw in 2 Imperms or whatever. But it's very useful. With this list, I was able to win 2 Winamats, and then obviously I consistently top 4 at my locals, so that's great as well. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys learned something and had some fun, and all right, catch you guys next time. Shout out to Illini Yu-Gi-Oh! And Black Box. As always, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next video.